volunteers at the Toronto National Film Festival who worked Midnight Madness. Your names?
Wasim Barakat.
Ryan.
And what was your highlight for Midnight Madness this year?
I'd have to say the last show.
Last show for
Al
sure.
Interior. That was just something else. The crowd was awesome. The movie was disgusting. And
the beach ball made everything.
Yeah.
We had a beach ball going that an audience member brought and inflated, which was being passed back and forth. Like,
I mean, it amused people for like 45 minutes, so hey, couldn't have been that bad, eh?
Did you guys get to see anything else in Midnight Madness?
Diary of the Dead.
Were you at the public screening for that?
Yeah.
That was great. You were at the midnight screening for that? There was like standing ovation for George Romero at the start and the end, and the Q&A was so relaxed. That was one of the best things we've ever had.
Couldn't ask for a better movie in the film festival at all.
And we had zombies.
We had zombies.
Oh, I saw the zombies. Yeah, I didn't see the zombies. Some of those guys were unreal.
Well, thank you so much for your hard work during the festival, and hope to see you next year.
Oh, for sure. It was awesome. Awesome time.
Thank you. Here with two volunteers who worked at the Toronto National Film Festival, and they were at Midnight Madness. Your names?
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Sachin.
And so what were your favorite picks for Midnight Madness this year?
My favorites for Midnight Madness were the Sukiyaki Western Django and Inside.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the same. I saw those two and they were just amazing. Sukiyaki probably more so than the other one, but I loved it.
And what do you like about the Midnight Madness films?
It's like a festival unto itself. I love that there's such energy from the crowd. Like at L'Interior last night, I mean, there's people throwing around a beach ball. It's like a rock concert. I loved it. And I mean, like the directors get into it and everything. It's like a completely separate and different atmosphere from the rest of the festival. I feel like I'm watching it with like 1,000 of my closest friends.
And do you remember what your first Midnight Madness experience was?
It was either I don't remember which one screened first, but it was either Save the Green Planet or The Grudge.
I think my first experience was Ghost in the Shell 2, which I really need to see again. Yeah.
And Save the Green Planet it still ranks as possibly one of my top 3 films of my life.
and I still need to see that one.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so I'm here with Yorgo, who was the guy who was the eyes and ears to the booth. This is the man who made sure the sound of the picture rocked. What was your favorite film for a sound mix this year?
Sound mix, favorite film was Processing. Last night's film. Inside was the best sound mix of the festival, actually. Not just Midnight Madness. Inside was the best sound mix of the festival. The surround sound all of a sudden became a character in the film. Now that's hard to describe, but to put it in layman terms for everyone to understand. If you were to cast in this film in Inside and you were picking actors, there would be a character called surround sound, and you would pick Dolby Digital as the Brad Pitt of this character. So therefore, they had Brad Pitt of surround sound in their film.
Well, it sounded amazing.
It sounded amazing, yeah.
And the directors were so stoked. They said it was one of the best projections, like presentations of their film they'd ever seen before. So that was all thanks to you, making sure that everything was running straight in the booth, and you were their eyes and ears.
I appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
I do my best. I aim to please. Cut.
Yeah, I'm here with Daniel Coburn, okay, and you are, what's your position here at the
I'm
Film
the
Festival?
coordinator of the Future Projections program. Well, with Future Projections, there's 9 installations, so there are 9 completely different events and things for people to find out about. But what I was talking about was the day of installing the first installation, which was Wildflowers of Manitoba by Noam Gonick and Louis Jacob at the Museum of Contemporary Canadian Art.
Noam Gonick, the director of Hey Happy and Striker, and also he did the Guy Madden documentary.
He did Waiting for Twilight, yes, the Guy Madden documentary. So Noam Gonick and Louis Jacob, Louis, who is a very renowned Toronto artist, but not just Toronto, he also represented Canada at Documenta just recently. The morning of installation, it was the first installation that was getting set up, and we walked into this white, cubic, well, rectangular prism space, and it needed to be changed, and by the end of the day, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., it became black walls, dark space with a geodesic dome in the middle, and 4 video projections happening in this geodesic dome, and Quebecois prog rock from the 1970s suffusing the room. And there could not have been a more definitive moment of you have successfully installed a piece.
I'm here at the staff and volunteer party on the day after the Toronto National Film Festival 2007, and I am joined by
James King.
And what do you do here at the Toronto Film Festival, James?
I'm a film and video reviser for the Toronto International Film Festival.
And what does that job entail?
It entails me inspecting all the film prints that arrive from all over the world and making sure they are in impeccable condition before we send them to the projectionists to screen for the audiences.
So you're basically in a room splicing and cutting and putting together the magic.
Exactly, exactly.
And you specifically have requested to look after the Midnight Madness films.
All the Midnight Madness films have gone through me for the past 3 years, actually now.
Passed by your hands there. These hands touch each frame of the film to make sure they're beautiful and pristine and ready for our audience. So what was your highlight of Midnight Madness as an audience member?
Midnight Madness this year, the top would have to be à l'intérieur, inside.
And why was that?
Why was that? When I put the film together, I was looking through different individual stills on 35 print and was traumatized enough, but when I saw the film, it has to be the first film I've seen in 10 years that actually scared me. I was literally frightened in my seat. I didn't think it was going to live up to all the hype, but it totally did, and it was one of the most disturbing movies I've seen in a number of years.
So you were telling me that there was an interesting incident which happened with the film print of Stuck.
The film print of Stuck. We had the first screening of Midnight Madness, which went perfectly. Everyone had a great time. And then apparently there was a press and industry screening a day or two later in which Stuck actually got stuck. And for 9 or 12 feet of the film got chewed up to pieces, and they had to more or less stop the film and kind of splice it back together.
Stuck got stuck. But
Stuck got stuck.
But luckily we had a backup print.
We had a backup print, everything went fine, so it was not a big deal, but yeah, ironically enough, Stuck got stuck during this TIFF.
I love their job.
Well, thank you for all your hard work during the festival, and we're looking forward to sending you prints from around the world next year to make up for the audience. 2008.
Sounds good.